So everyone, please just go ahead and watch Camilla Harris wave at us as we walk in a single file line towards our jail cells.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wig.
Wake up! Wake up! What are you doing? It's time for you to wake up. Y'all had the whole weekend. We are back with the jump off like Lil Kim. It's the beginning of the week. It's time for some Monday motivation so that we can just go ahead and get this week over with and we can just skip right back to the weekend. That's on period. There have been a lot of things happening, but before we get into it, make sure that you're going to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. There will be votes held on the type of content that I'll be releasing. Like I said, you can get these videos on there first before they're released publicly on YouTube. It's just really a no-brainer at this point, so go ahead and check it out. Now, let's just get into some cute things before we talk about the politically heavy things. Camilla, girl, you are on my list today. I don't know. These tweets that you've been sending out, sis, and these plans that you have been posting, oh my gosh, girl, she's built like an AI. She's giving me iRobot tease. I don't care what none of y'all say. She's very much
must show emotion. Must act like I care about people. Must show emotion.
Come on, I'm gonna get on you, but first let's talk about Euphoria. So let me just go ahead and warn y'all, if you have not watched Euphoria, you might wanna skip a little bit ahead because I'm gonna give away some spoilers. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's get into it. Nate, girl, you need your ass beat. That's just up here. Nate, girl, I'm ready to square up. I don't know, you think that you finna huff and puff and blow somebody's house down? It's cool. Once you get to the brick house, they're gonna take one of them bricks and smash you across the head with it. Nate, I'm waiting for somebody to rock your shit. And Faz is the right person to do it. And I know that you think you somebody when you call the police on Faz and he dumping out these drugs and shit. It's cool. It's cool. You gonna get yours, Nate. You gonna get yours. I don't know what's going on. Zendaya, she oh my God, such an amazing actress. I love this episode because of how they demonstrated what it was like to be depressed. And just like she was not even capable. She did not feel like getting out of her bed to even urinate, girl. Do you see what I'm saying? Her bed's a mess, her room's a mess, just all types of dirt. She just cuddled up in a ball, lying to people saying that she's sick, she got the flu. And it's so hard, especially when you're talking to somebody who does not struggle with depression. It's so hard to explain the fact that my brain just will not let me get out of bed. And they think that your ass is crazy. So you just lie and say you got the flu and keep it moving. I don't know, I just love it. Jules is over here confused as hell. She don't know which black girl she wants. Let me keep it moving, girl. And speaking of black girls, let me go ahead and talk about the two Meghans. So Meghan Markle is apparently editing the Vogue September issue, which is a big deal in the world of fashion. And I'll put up a picture of some of the work that she's already completed. It's called Forces for Change, and she's highlighting people like Dr. Jane Goodall, Michelle Obama, Laverne Cox. And so it seems like it's gonna be a really empowering issue, really empowering work that she's about to be doing. Of course, there are haters who are pressed and angry. Anytime Meghan Markle breathes or, maybe she has to run to the ladies' room, they're going to write whole think pieces about how this nigga shouldn't be able or allowed to do anything. Digestion? How dare Meghan Markle? The races are going to continue to be mad. Let them be mad. She's going to be editing Vogue and just, y'all are just going to have to sit down and read it. I don't know what else to say. Megan Thee Stallion in a recent interview said that she wanted to work with Beyonce. Let me tell you something. I would like to see it. You hear me? That would be a song. Oh my goodness, if you thought my homosexuality jump is already out, let me tell you, Megan and Beyonce on the same track. I wanna fight that bitch. The disrespect, I'm ready for that shit. I also saw that Megan and Nicki Minaj kinda did this whole live together and it was cute, and Nicki was over here giving advice and stuff, so I thought that was interesting. Megan continued to secure the bags, continued to get up there and show the girls exactly what needs to be, and show the girls and the boys what exactly needs to be done, okay? So a quick side note for those of you who are nerds like I am, Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will apparently revolve around the fact that the US government does not want Falcon to be the new Captain America. It's going to be a show on Disney Plus, it's not a movie, it's gonna be a show. Like I said, I don't know how much money they think that we have to be paying for Netflix and Hulu and all these streaming services. It's like, damn, maybe I just need to keep the cable until I turn 90 years old. Y'all ain't gonna have me paying on this, but whatever. It's gonna be on Disney Plus, and someone put on Twitter, damn, is this a documentary? You said the US government doesn't want this black ass nigga to be Captain America? It's not really that surprising, but I'm glad they went that route to make it at least a little more interesting. I love the actor who plays Falcon, but y'all are gonna have to really work hard to make me interested in hearing any story about Falcon. You know what I mean? I just thought that was really, really fitting, especially given what's been going on, what's going on today. And since we basically moved on over into the realm of politics, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with Donald Trump and Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton, I don't know what the hell. I mean, Al Sharpton was saying Elijah Cummings this is what he said: Elijah Cummings is a respected and well-regarded member of Congress, and for President Trump to be angry at Mr. Cummings because Mr. Cummings has the moral standing to question how migrant children are being treated at the border is an abomination to me. So I mean, all this shit, Al Sharpton just shaking the table, whatever, doing whatever he needs to do, speaking loudly about whatever he feels like he needs to speak loudly about, and here comes Donald Trump saying that he's a troublemaker. That's why he said Al Sharpton is a troublemaker and a con man, and he hates whites and cops. Now, as dumb as Donald Trump is, as idiotic as he's allowed to act, no accountability type of tease, the language that he used there was very specific. We have to remember that everything that he does is to incite all types of stupidity and ignorance in his base. So when he says that he hates whites and cops, I mean, shit, I think that phrase was trending on Twitter. It was the #1 trend at one point. So he's very strategic. He knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to those issues, when it comes to that shit specifically. But Al Sharpton is not backing down, and it's, you know, that's what bullies hate. They want you to just, they spew some bullshit, they want you to sit your ass down and be hurt and, you know, cry in the corner about it. But Al Sharpton was just like, he had this whole response and it was good. But the main sentence that stuck out was the fact that he said, if I was a con man, Donald Trump would want me in his cabinet. And I was I was like, oh, the girls are reading, the girls are reading. But like I said, I will talk about this stuff. It's funny, it's cute, you know, it's a good laugh. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that Donald Trump does not care. He does not have empathy. If he has to take a shit on you, walk all over you to get to where he thinks he needs to go, he will do it. Miss Maya said, when someone shows you who you are, you need to believe their asses. So keep keying and keep laughing. That's cute. But make sure we register to vote. Make sure that we are informed on the candidates who are going to fucking represent us at all levels, from the presidency to your local people. We can laugh, but we need to take action at the same goddamn time. And speaking of candidates that we need to be informed about, Camilla Harris, I don't know what she's doing. So the first tweet that caught people's eyes was this one that she put out this week. Now keep in mind, there are a whole bunch of policies and shit that she's done and a lot of stuff on her website, but I'm talking about specifically the things that have caught the general public's attention, especially on social media. So this is one of the first tweets. She said, yesterday I announced that as president, I'll establish a student loan debt forgiveness program for Pell Grant recipients who will start a business that operates for 3 years in disadvantaged communities. God damn. Oh, that's some liberal, that's some progressive shit. Let me read that shit again. What she said, I'll establish a student loan debt forgiveness program for Pell Grant recipients. I'm telling you the qualification, I'm telling you the caveats. For Pell Grant recipients who start a business that operates for 3 years in disadvantaged communities. I mean, just from this tweet alone, I didn't even have to go. I went in and looked at some of the shit that she was talking about, but from this tweet alone, I can already tell you the issues with this shit. It's just like, first of all, do most businesses even last longer than 3 years? That's right. Come on, what are you doing? And then Pell Grant recipients on that. So Pell Grant recipients who are already disenfranchised ain't got a whole lot of resources. They are, and she talked about, oh, I'll invest $12 billion, but girl, you gotta have capital. You gotta have the resources to start a business. First of all, like I said, Pell Grant recipients are already disenfranchised, but then you gotta start a business. Then you gotta keep that shit going for at least 3 years to even be considered. Now the one that I saw online, people saying, well, this kind of sounds like gentrification. I was like, girl, how? Then I really thought about it, did some reading, I thought about it, I said, oh, so she said Pell Grant recipients, period, who start and run these businesses for over 3 years in disenfranchised communities. Now, if you think about some of the most successful businesses that are started and flourish in these disenfranchised communities, it's these gentrifiers coming in here, buying up cheap shit, starting their business and keeping it moving. So it's just like, damn, well, who's this money going to, Kamala? Who's this money going to, Kamala? Participants can have up to $20,000 of their debt forgiven and can defer all of their student loans interest fee during a business formation period that can last for as many as 3 years. It's just like shit. Kamala ass do not want our ass getting no goddamn money. Girl, I'll give you some debt forgiveness, but what, were you born under the moonlight on a Thursday night while the wolves were howling, while it was high tide and the waves were crashing into the sand dunes? If not, that's the only way that you get money out my ass. Other than that, take your ass to jail. Okay, I'm I'm done. Now, I know I singled out Camilla Harris, but she stole the headlines from me, at least this week, so I had to talk about it. I had to discuss it, but she's not the only one who's kind of dressing up these policies and twisting these words in ways that seem progressive, but if you really break it down, if you really look underneath it, it seems to just carry the same type of bullshit as status quo. There are a lot of people, I do not trust her, I do not trust Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi asked, I don't know what she's doing, it seems very wishy-washy. So Camilla Harris not the only one, that's what I'm saying. But I had to talk about that shit because I don't know who her advisors are. I don't know who she thinks she's fooling with this shit. So I don't want to spend too much time on this topic just because I don't want that negative energy on my channel or my videos or anything like that. But Kodak Black recently went, I don't know what radio show it was. I don't know if it was a radio show in the first place, but one of his bars was basically that I think it was some dumbass freestyle, that basically he would punch Carisha in the stomach because she broke his heart or something. I'm not sure. Either way, he does not need to be worried about punching a pregnant woman in her stomach. He needs to be worried about punching his producers in the face for having him always up there sounding like a broken ass clarinet in the voice. He needs to go ahead and maybe punch his reflection in the throat so that he won't sound like a drunk ass 5-year-old every time he hops on the track. Ain't no reason for you to be sounding like an auto-tuned ass Aflac duck, you see what I'm saying, on the track. Kodak, you got a lot of other shit to be worried about than punching a pregnant woman in the stomach. I promise you do. Worry about them Stonehenge teeth, sis. Worry about that serial killer ass smile, sis. Worry about the fact that your spirit is serving me all types of him from Powerpuff Girls without the fashion sense. Sit your ass down. Aren't y'all tired of being violent and misogynist? Take a break for at least one day. Can you do that? I mean, your unwashed peanut butter crunch built ass tongue needs to just stay firmly planted in your mouth, and then go ahead and keep that mouth shut because we aren't trying to hear or smell anything. Now, last but not least, I wanted to talk about what's going on in Arizona. I saw this a really quick news report on Twitter. Today, the Tempe, if that's how you pronounce it, Tempe police in Arizona are kicking off a campaign to promote good driving. So apparently officers, if you're following traffic rules well, officers will still be able to pull your ass over. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but the campaign involves them pulling you over if you're a good driver and giving you some bullshit ass free drink from Circle K or some shit. I'm just like, sis, if you're going to incite that much fear and panic in my heart, coming up behind my ass, you need to go ahead and give me $2 to $3 to $4 million at that point. Don't pull me over to give me no bullshit ass. I don't want no lotto ticket. I want no free fucking drink. I don't want no fucking Starbucks drink, sis. I don't want no lollipop, sis. You said I don't want no Airheads. I don't want no fucking Smarties, sis. I don't want no Laffy Taffy, sis. I don't want no goddamn M&M's. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want no Skittles. It's just insane to me that some of these policemen feel like they some type of lords from the feudalist society. I mean, I know we in capitalism, but it's just like, damn, they just come over and inspect your ass, whatever. It's like, sit your ass down. If I'm following the rules, leave me the hell alone. Do not roll up anytime I see, even if their lights are off, if I see a policeman behind me, I'm just like, all right, so for y'all to be playing games with my life, talking about here's a fucking free fucking Circle K drink. I don't want it, girl. Go back to the station and free the niggas you got locked up. That's it. That's all I want. If you pulling me over and I get to make a request, I say free them niggas in jail for weed. That's what you can do for me. Fuck a Circle K drink, bitch. I'm not that thirsty. I'm not that thirsty. On that note, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you check out all my shit, my new musical album, ebooks, patreon.com/AdrianExpression. All that's in my description. Check it out, support me. Thank you so much. I would greatly appreciate it. And let's make sure to get Camilla Harris some new advisors so that we can at least pretend to have a good goddamn evening.